for some time. Maybe we can help this gentleman.
Hello?
Can you mute YouTube, please?
I gotta turn this down.
Can you mute YouTube?
Mom, mute the TV. Mute the TV.
Can you mute YouTube, please? Okay. Hello? Mute YouTube, not your Skype.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I do hear you.
Okay, yeah. YouTube is muted, everything's muted.
All right, give me the question so people they can hear. First, welcome. I see your
Thank
brother.
you.
I see that somebody told me he's your brother, and he already
Yes.
he's a Christian. He left Islam, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you are still a Muslim, right?
Yes.
Welcome, my friend. Let me welcome you, and I appreciate you to call me. Go ahead. What do you want to say to me?
So the question was, why? So I'm familiar with where in the Quran it says we must confirm the books prior.
Oh.
My question is, if the Quran makes it apparent, and you can enlighten me, I'm going to come at this with humility and ignorance, but if the Quran mentions that the book that we believe is the Injil was given to Jesus, why would we confirm the book, which is a biography written after the time of Jesus? And as a follow-up, I assume that we could believe that we can confirm the words of Jesus within the biography as the Injil, but that's a separate discussion. So that's my question.
Well, my
If that
friend,
makes sense.
in your text in Skype, you mentioned to me the word Injil, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what Injil mean? Do you know?
Just play it as I know nothing, because I'm not expert enough.
Well, Injil is a Greek word, and every Christian he called the gospel is the good news. So, if Allah he sent a book to Isa, was Isa a Greek person?
No.
So why his book is a Greek book? Injil is a Greek word. This is not Arabic. This is not Arabic. This is not Hebrew. Have nothing to do with Hebrew. So how Allah, remember, in the Quran, it says that Allah, he never sent a messenger except in the tongue of his own people, correct? All right.
Yeah, that's correct. I read that the other day.
So, in order for Isa, if he sent, Isa was sent to whom?
The Jews.
All right.
At the time.
So, is it logical that Isa sent to the Jews, and he gave them a book in Greek?
Was the book in Greek? I'm not aware.
Well, this is what Injil is. Injil is the name of the book of John, which was a Greek book.
Could the word Injil have stemmed from Greek and just
No, it's a
used?
Greek word. It's a Greek word. It's not a Hebrew. It's not Arabic. And for us as Arab Christians, this is exactly the word we use. We say Injil. You can ask any Arab. We use the word Injil. So your prophet, he took the word which the Christians use in claiming that Allah told him. But this cannot be, because you yourself, you just told me that the disciple of Jesus, they wrote the gospel after Jesus, correct? Okay. So how the book saying that this is the book Allah sent to Isa, while this is a Greek book written after Isa, which means Isa, supposedly he is Jesus, he never wrote a word in that book. Do we agree?
Yeah, but couldn't the the Quran being also a book of I'm looking at the verse right here. So we never sent any messenger except in the language of his people. And again, I'm ignorant here, but couldn't the language, the word Injil, What if it was called something else at the time of Jesus? Couldn't this be the language of
Well,
the people at the time?
remember the Quran supposedly is written in the Lawh al-Mahfuz, which is the tablet of Allah before the creation of mankind. So, if Allah is the one who called Injil, then the one was given to Isa should be called Injil from the beginning, in the time of Isa. Not in the time of John, or John writing a book and it's called Injil. Because Allah is the one saying, I send down the Injil. So, if Allah is the one who sent down the Injil, that means He gave it to John. He did not give it to Isa.
But aren't we saying that we never sent any messenger except in the language of the people? Not, right? Injil isn't necessarily a messenger, nor is it. It's the name of the book.
Okay, but if I say to you now, the name of my book is a Ching Chong Fang Chong, which is Chinese. Does it make sense? But I am a person who speaks to the Arab.
If the time, I mean, I'm not aware. If the time of the people that we're talking about, the the Quran, let's say, the time of the Arabs, if we're talking about, in history, in past tense, to the time of the people currently who are Chinese, and we want to say Ching Chong, we want,
but why you want to name your book a Chinese name if the audience are not Chinese? They don't even know they don't know what the title means.
Yeah, I'm not. So are you saying we're confirming the book, the New Testament?
Well, we have tens of Quran verses, not only saying we confirm the Injil, because your opposition is that when the Quran says confirm the Injil, or confirm the book, you are saying, oh, it's confirmed the Injil. But no, the verses in the Quran saying, confirm what is with them. And this is 600 years after Jesus, not 6 years. So the Christians in the time of Muhammad, they have a book in their hand, and that book is what between their hand, and the Quran confirm it. So if we go as an example, in chapter 2, verse number 89, it says, وَجَاءُهُمْ كِتَابٌ مِنْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَهُمْ. And a book came to them from Allah, confirming, actually believing, not confirming, correct translation, believing in what they have. Not what they have in the past, what they have. If you change the translator, what translation you like?
Whatever, doesn't matter.
All right.
I don't have a specific one.
So you will see that it confirms what they have with them now. So if the book is changed, this is 600 years, more than 600 years after Jesus, confirming the book which is with the Christians. And look,
right. But what we believe to be the Christians and the Jews are those of true Christians and true Jews, which aren't the ones who go against our Unitarian position.
Let us say what you are saying is true, but there's no book for Unitarian, never exist. Never have one. This is the Injil we have. There's no other ones. Unitarian didn't have a special book, didn't have a different book. Same time, if you read with me here carefully, it says, when come to them, between two brackets the Jews, a book, the Quran, from Allah, confirming what is with them. You just said, we believe this is talking about the true Christians. Okay. But that means the Bible in the time of Muhammad was true Bible, correct?
Well, but my point here is that the Injil, when was it specified that? And I don't have the other verses where it speaks about the Injil just being exactly at the time of Jesus. If this position was true, then this would just be a contradiction. It wouldn't actually be that. It's confirming, the biography that was written after. Because my whole point here is just simply the Injil, regardless of where the name came from. That's an interesting conversation. The Injil, at the end of the day, is the book at the time of Jesus. Obviously, it cannot be at the time of Jesus, written after.
Okay. But let's see now. I want you to focus with me with what we see in the screen. Does it say confirming what is with them?
Yes.
Okay. This is 600 years after Jesus. So now, regardless of the name, regardless the book given to Jesus, not to Jesus, to John, to Peter, it doesn't matter now. The book is with them, is confirmed. Do we agree?
Yes, but we have to look at it from a lens, and this is just my perspective on it. We have to look at it from a lens of when we're talking about Christians or Jews, we're talking about ones who were there the time before the final prophet came, the final book came to confirm and wrap everything together, which would be ones that don't negate the Quran's teachings.
My friend, focus with me. If Muhammad,
Yes.
he confirmed that at his time there's a Christian book, it is correct. Does the verse says that? In his time. It's not talking about in the past. It's confirmed what is with them. What is with them? I'm sure your English is better than mine. Is that like a present tense, or this is past tense?
No, I know. I'm just I don't know. I look at it in retrospect because at the end of the day,
because you keep saying the end of the day. What end of the day? Is confirming.
Because at the end of the day, the Injil is a book that was given to Jesus. Not
no
a
problem,
book written,
but no problem, my
right?
friend. It's, let us say, Allah, He handed a book to someone. His name is Isa by hand. He can call it whatever you want. But now, the issue now I'm showing you, the Quran confirming 600 years after Jesus that the book which is with the Christian, you can call them a true Christian, you can call them whatever you want. Still, that means the Bible in the time of Muhammad was still preserved. So that Bible, why Muhammad don't have it? As long as this is the book of God and he confirmed it. As long he is a person, he is a final. Hold on, let me finish my sentence.
Yeah.
As long he was sent as a final prophet, as you said, shouldn't the final prophet appreciate the book of God, which he just confirmed, and he add the Quran to it? So if now we find that the Bible still exists, and Muhammad, he came as a prophet after the Bible, then he should do what the Christian did. The Christian, they did not throw in the garbage the book of Isaiah and all the prophets, or the books of Moses. No, we add them to our book. So if we confirm this book now, whatever that book is named, so Muhammad is a true prophet, then he should add this confirmed book, which is between their hands. There is no way Muhammad, he is confirming what is with them, but you do not know what is with them. Do I agree?
Well, would you kind of look into the fact that there's I'm not a historian, but there's a long history in 1400 years, right? I mean, I think it's interesting still, but there is a long history. If he did, that's in the case that he did have the perfectly accurate Bible that Islam believes in. But my whole point here is just that if we see the word Injil, it doesn't talk about whatever. We look at the word Injil. If the Injil is defined in another place as X, Y, and Z, and this is saying we're confirming the Injil, but the Injil that we're interpreting, it's confirming, is something that's different than what the Injil is defined as at a later in different times as the Quran, then I just see that it has to come down to history. I mean, I don't see this as we are.
I will go with you. I will go with you. Look what you just said. Yeah. Based on what you said, isn't it the Quran called the people who believe in Jesus that he is Son of God? He called them people of the book.
The people, there's plenty of we're all sons of God. I mean,
no. You see, when you call me people of the book, you cannot say that my book is corrupt, and then you call me the people of the book, because then I am not the people of the book. If somebody...
You're not. We don't. That's not what we believe. We believe the people of the book do not believe in the Trinity.
But you see, the Quran says clearly that the Christians and the Jews, they believe that the Messiah is the Son of Allah. He called us by Christian. He don't call us.
Yes, absolutely. And why do you call the rest of people ourselves, me and you? We're the Son of God too, right? This would just confirm that he is human.
No, what you just said? You said me and you.
This would confirm that he is nothing but a complete mortal and just complete human.
Okay, but hold on, my friend. Why you are mixing things up? I'm trying to go with you. You said that when the book is confirmed, you are talking about true Christians, okay? And I ask you now, who is the one is called Christians? Is the people of the book mean the Christian and Jews? You said yes, but you meant that this is the true Christians, correct?
That would be the only explanation for this, yes.
Okay, but how then your God, Allah, He called us people of the book, that we are the one who believe in Jesus, Son of God?
But my point is,
my friend, listen, I'm just being honest with you. There is not a single verse in the Quran saying there's a true Christians and there's false Christians. He called us always Christians or Jews. There's no false, there's no true.
That would confirm that the word in the Quran is a true word. Because if Muhammad came and he wrote the Quran to start his cult, then he would be saying there are true Christians and there's not true Christians. Basically saying, well, the true Christians are all gone, and now you have to follow me. This is just confirming that Allah doesn't look at this and say, well, there's fake Christians called Buddhists, right? If you're following what I'm saying, here's what I'm saying, right? We could take this two routes. So we could say the route of Muhammad had the perfectly reserved Bible that Muslims believe in, the Injil, at the time, and then afterwards history corrupted it, right?
Okay, let us make it simple. Let's make it simple. Was the Torah, was it corrupt in the time of Muhammad or was not?
I have no clue. I'm not aware.
So only the Injil is corrupt?
Perhaps the Torah was corrupted. I'm not too sure, but here's all I can say.
But let me show you something. I have a surprise for you. When your Quran speak about corruption, never mention the gospel, it mentioned the Torah. Speaking about the Jews, says يحرفون الكتب الكلم عن مواضعه. So they are changing the words from their location. He never said, by the way, the book is corrupt. But this is only about the Jews' book, not the Christians. And this is the Quran. And actually, it says clearly, the Jews, chapter 4, verse number 46. And if you read the interpretation, you will see, it says that one Jew, he put his finger in the top of a word, which is not really corruption. If I put my finger over a word in a book, so suppose you will not see it, is that corruption? No. So this is the story. Look what your prophet is saying. This is chapter 4, verse number 46. This is the only time speaking about corruption. But the story is clearly saying there's no corruption. The guy, he just put his finger over the word. So here it says, from among those who are Jews are some who displace words from their right places and say, we hear your words, Muhammad, and we disobey. So look here. If we check the story, nobody changed words from their location. He just placed his finger over it. Number two, do you agree with Muhammad that the one who changed words from their location is doing corruption?
Do I? Yeah. Changing the words?
No, replacing, just read with me carefully, as it says.
You're just covering a word, right?
Displace words from their right places. Do you agree with that? If this is what we call corruption.
I mean, yes.
Okay, but the whole Quran then is a corruption. Because if I ask you right now, what is the first verse Muhammad he received from Allah? Can you help me?
Are you sure? But are you mentioning that they're not in chronological order?
Well, this is a change of the location. If Allah gave it to you, verse number 1, verse number 2, verse number 3, and you just agree with me that the one who changed their location, how in the world I will make verse number 1, I will make it a chapter number 96.
So go back to the up there, the one that was green.
The one what?
I think there's a delay. Go back to the verse about displacing words, please.
Okay, so I'm saying, if I change the location and you agree with me, you said this is corruption.
Not necessarily, because
no, you said that a second ago.
No, not the location. It's displacing words away from the right place.
Okay, so are you saying if I take a sentence and I put it in different place, is that a corruption?
That would be displacing words away from the right place.
Is that a corruption or not?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it would be corruption.
Okay, let us, me and you, agree in the corruption. What corruption is to change what God gave us. We do not keep it as it is. Do we agree?
Yeah, that would be corrupting the text, yes.
All right. So if I go right now in the Quran and I read for you a verse, and you tell me what happened here. It says that this day, today, I completed your religion for you. I completed my favor upon you, completed your religion for you, and I accepted Islam for you as a religion. This is the verse, according to Muslims, Muhammad, he received at the end of his life.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world it become in chapter 5, verse number 3? Read carefully with me.
Yeah.
This day, you know, when we say this day, we are talking about timing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now by displacing the location of the verse, we change the whole meaning, because now anyone who read this, he will think, when this verse came in the chapter of Al-Ma'idah, Islam is complete. So all the chapters after that, they are fake, because Islam is complete. Read carefully. This day, I have perfected your religion. So Islam is being perfect. This day, I have perfected for you your religion, completed my favor upon you, and chosen for you Islam as your religion. This can be accepted only if this is at the end, the last statement in the book. Do we agree?
No.
No, but this is what the Muslim says. They says yes.
Well, this is again.
You see, hold on. You see, it's up to you.
Yeah.
It's up to you. Like, you know, it's like you are the one with decision. You decide, not the religion. But your religion says that this is the last verse Prophet Muhammad received.
Yeah, but it doesn't. What we're mentioning here, what you said was that we're displacing sentences. This is an ayah. This is the structure. It's
no, this is to change the whole meaning, because now I changed. Do you see the word this day? If today is December 9, and I say to you, this day I completed your religion for you, and today is December 9, and then I come to you tomorrow and I say, okay, I have more verses for you, but yesterday you told me you completed the religion for me. Islam is complete. There's no more need for more. Muhammad is the final prophet according to Muslims, and today the message is complete.
Well, I would say two things about this. I would say, number one, at the top of each page in the Quran, there's not a date. Second of all, this is mentioning afterwards, after we have perfected the religion. It's saying, you know, things about what you do after we perfect a religion, if you sin or whatever of that sort. So at the end of the day, this ayah, I mean, this is only a part of the ayah. From what I could see, I would assume, well, this ayah isn't to be like, okay, this is the conclusion of the Quran, and this is like the ending of the story. I would see this as, this right, the thing that you have highlighted right here, is kind of context to the rest of the ayah. And then at the same time, the whole thing's not in chronological order, and there are no dates at the top. It's not a journal entry. That's how I and once again, I'm not here. I'm just saying this.
Okay, I will go with you. So if you are reading a book, I wrote many books. So now if I say to you in page number 5 in my book, thank you for reading my book. The book is finished, and then I continue writing chapters. Don't I look stupid for you?
What's the point of writing a book that's fiction, non-fiction, anything of the sort?
What fiction? I'm not talking about fiction now. Listen, I'm saying to you.
This is a book that's meant to be a message and a law and a guidance.
What message? Okay, we will go to the message so we can laugh. But look, if I say to you in the beginning, in the first few pages, after reading a few pages from my book, and then I have 400 pages left, but in page number 5 I say, the book is completed. My book now is perfect. Thank you for reading. Goodbye. That's what it says. Today.
Is this what it says? Is this what it says, or is it that this day I have perfected the religion, etc., etc.? But as you know,
how the religion is perfect? How the religion is perfect, and he keep giving us more orders for the last for the coming
Yeah.
20 years. Listen, so now my religion is perfected, and now I keep receiving to tell you how to pray, to tell you how to do jihad, to tell you how to fast, and Ramadan. There's no Ramadan yet. This is chapter 5. So if this is a verse confirming that Islam became perfect to you this day, speaking of time, not more to come, then everything come after it is a fabrication. Otherwise, we have to accept what the Muslims say, that this is a verse given to Muhammad at the end of his life. And then, when they organize the Quran, they decide to insert it here, which doesn't make sense. So now look what happened. Because the Muslim, they did not keep it as Allah gave it to them, as Muhammad claimed it's coming from Allah. And you have no right to change it, because if corruption is a changing, if Allah gave it to you at the end, you keep it at the end. If Allah gave it to you in the beginning, you put it at the beginning. But Allah did not give it to you in the beginning. So who are you to change the location? Are you fixing Allah problem? Are you correcting Allah order?
I have a question for you. Are you, what was the other thing we were talking about? So are you right now, are you challenging the point of the Quran being written in chronological order, or are you challenging the point of it? I forgot the other piece of that question, but are you challenging the point that it's just generally in chronological order?
My friend, I'm showing you, I don't care about the whole Quran as a book doesn't make sense, but I am showing you that the Quran doesn't make sense, because whatever you want to say, it's in order or not, this is not a verse, according to Muslim, was not given here. So who is the one who made decision? The Quran collected after Muhammad's death. And Uthman, the most famous Quran is Uthman, which the one we are reading right now. So now Uthman and the Muslims, they decide to insert this verse here. But isn't it, this is exactly what corruption is? If God gave it to you, if God, he says 1, 2, 3, 4, who are you? Who gave you the authority to put 4 before 5, or after 5, or after 6? Who is the one give you the authority to put what it was in the number 1, to put it at the end? So remember, the Quran says, those who displace words from their locations. But this is what the Muslims do. This is not what the Bible says.
So once again, are you challenging the point of it being in chronological order?
No, I'm not challenging that. I'm showing you that this is not a book received. I'm just showing you the book which Allah
is
sent.
Displaced.
Huh?
So the ayah was that words are displaced in not the right place.
But this is what corruption is a changing how Allah gave it to you. If Allah gave it to me in such a way, who am I? Who gave me the authority to take this verse? Obviously, this verse was given with other verses. Who gave me the authority to take it from here, put it there? Am I making a makeup? Is that a decoration? Is that a furniture? I can put the chair here. If this is the book of Allah and we respect the book of God, then nobody have the right to change the word of God. So what this verse proved to us, that the word of God, Muslims, they say it's preserved. It's not, because you Muslims play with it. And the same happened when Muhammad received the chapter of Iqra, Bismi Rabbik, and Al-Alaq, sorry. And he said to him, read. That is number 1. Who is the one have the authority? Like, did the Muslim find out that Allah should not give it to us first one, he should give it last one? So if this is not corruption, what corruption? Same time, you mentioned to me that this book is a message. Let me ask you in front of everybody. Can you tell me what is the message of Islam?
Yeah, but first, I think this is a weak argument, because there's a lot of context in this ayah, number 1, and then number 2.
What is the contact? What is the contact? It says if you don't eat pork, this is Islam now. Islam don't eat pork. It's completed now. So if I make a verse now saying don't eat falafel, Islam is perfect for you. What does it have to do with perfection of religion? Religion is about what to eat.
No, I'm saying that there's context to this ayah. This is not saying, okay, this is the end of the Quran, and then we're
You keep saying context, my friend. What the context? It says clearly in front of you.
I'm saying, if see the highlighted part you have, yeah? If you had just that highlighted part, and it said, this is I perfected the religion, and this is the end of the book, which is not saying. It's saying other things in the same ayah. And I have a second part to this. But if it was just that highlighted part, and then it moved on, I would say you have a case here, but there is no case here. And then number two, you're talking about
What do you mean? What do you mean move on? There is more than 100 chapters after that. So those
that's my point. It's not just saying this is the end of the book.
No, you see, if this is the last verse, is the end of the book, this is mean the book is correct. You're not listening. This is the last. According to Muslims, this is the last verse Muhammad received. So this is a verse should be at the last page, at the last line. Today, it's about timing. I perfected the religion for you. So here the position is a stupid position. Why? Because as you see, he keep talking, he keep giving command, he keep teaching. So how I perfected the religion for you, and then I have thousands of verses coming after it. How it's perfect today, but we keep talking and we keep giving verses. Either it's perfected and we are done, or it's not done yet, so we give you more. So you look like you are not listening. This verse
I am, but
is
it
the
looks
last
like the argument here
is the last verse in the Quran.
Yes.
It is by nature, by history.
Yes.
Huh?
Your argument here is just the fact that it's in chronological order. I'm not the right person to debate on this.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about chronological. I'm not talking about chronological order. I'm saying there is a change. That's all. There's a change. So now me and you, we have to agree that somebody took verses without the authority from Allah and put it here.
We believe it. We believe everything has the authority, is under the authority.
Okay, give me the one who gave the command to change it. Go ahead, I'm listening. Who is the one?
I'm not a theologist. I'm not aware.
Isn't it okay? Isn't it the Quran collected after Muhammad's death?
Yeah.
Okay, so Muhammad is dead now. So how is it possible that Muhammad, he came from the grave, he told Uthman, he put it there? Even Muhammad, he have no right to change it because he's just a prophet. He is just a messenger. And the messenger, his duty is not to change the message, but to deliver the message as it is. So as long we prove that this was not what Allah gave, that means the Quran cannot be valid. If we can find one verse is not what it is, then the rest, and now actually we have hundreds of verses, none of them can't be from God. But I will go with you. Forget about all of this. You said to me, you keep saying, Muhammad, he came with the message.
Yeah.
Is this the message? Don't eat pork.
This is a law by God. This is a guidance. Yes.
Don't eat pork is a guidance, and that is the message. So Islam is about eating pork and drinking camel urine, and that's it. Islam is complete.
No, no one ever said that. That's.
So what the connection between eating pork in the verse and completing the message?
It's just talking. I mean, let's read the whole thing. So it's just saying.
Read the whole thing. Go ahead. Read the whole thing. It says it's forbidden for you to eat this food and this food and this food and this food. It's about food. This is a fact.
I mean, it's just. Yeah. I mean, what you're comparing? You're saying this was randomly displaced in an ayah about, the baz for him who's hungry. He can eat the pork. Allah is forgiving and merciful.
Yeah, but what does have to do? What this have to do with completing the message? Like you see, if the verse saying, worship Allah alone, and that today I say, okay, you know what, this is the message, it's about worshiping Allah alone. But look what it's talking about falafel, hummus. So how a verse about making sandwiches and food and recipe has to do with completing this day, your religion for you. The religion is not about a food, it's about God. Who is more important, eating pork or God? Who is more important? What you can eat or who to worship. So here you notice that this verse is a place in a very silly place, because if this is a very important verse. Today I completed my favor. So the favor of God is completed. Okay, so we put it here, and in a verse talking about what? About kitchen.
Okay, I mean, this is it doesn't disprove Islam in any way. It's just.
Okay.
It's just an ayah that's
now,
put together.
The message of Islam is what?
Submission to God.
Is what?
Submitting to God.
That's false. Because the message of Islam is to submit to Muhammad, not to Allah.
Sure. Tell me where.
Everywhere. Here we go. if we go in the Quran right now, which one, like, have you ever heard of verses about mut'ah?
Yeah, perhaps.
Okay.
I'm not finished.
So your prophet, he received a command from Allah saying do mut'ah. Your prophet never received command from Allah saying don't do mut'ah no more. Muhammad, according to the hadith, he said don't do mut'ah no more. So do you obey Allah in the Quran where he says do mut'ah in chapter 4 verse 24, or you obey Muhammad where he says don't do mut'ah no more?
And Muhammad is saying this based off of what Quranic verse?
No Quran verse. There's no Quran to forbid the mut'ah. No more. There's no. I challenge any Muslim in the world.
Okay. Where's the hadith?
Where is what?
The hadith. Where is it?
Okay.
Where does it say this?
Okay, here we go. Let us show you. I will put it for you on the screen. The funny, my voice was going before you called me. Now I have better voice. All right. Let us see here. And anything I say to you here, you can check it out, take the reference, you can download the video later, and you can ask any Muslim sheikh as you wish. And you can invite sheikhs to debate me. Here we go as an example.
I will, by the way, I will.
Good, very good. So here it says that in the Battle of Khaybar, which is Muhammad killed the Jews, Allah Messenger forbade the temporary marriage mut'ah. Do you see it?
I think it's loading.
Okay.
Yes, I see it now.
Okay. So if Allah, he ordered mut'ah, and Muhammad never received Quran of forbidding mut'ah, is it up to Muhammad to forbid as he wish, or he should obey Allah?
Let's see. You tell me.
No, you are the Muslim, I'm not me. For me, if I say a prophet, if I'm a prophet, I have no right to oppose what God said. I'm just a messenger. So if God says do mut'ah, then okay, well, God says so. Who am I? I'm nobody. If God says don't do mut'ah no more, then I will tell you, okay, God says don't mut'ah. But there is no verse in the Quran forbid the mut'ah.
There is no verse in the Quran that forbids temporary marriage?
No. Not a single verse.
In the chapter, it's English, it's called Women.
It doesn't matter. Any chapter you want.
Yeah, but that's where it talks about marriage a lot.
Yeah, but there's no verse. When I say to you, trust me, I'm a Christian prince. I don't say things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Well, yeah, let's debate. I mean, we can dive into that, but
What do you mean? What do you mean debate?
I'm not sure. I'm saying, listen, I'll bring Sheikh. We'll talk about this. I'm not knowledgeable enough to talk about these things like the back of my hand.
What about you call the Sheikh right now?
I don't have a Sheikh yet.
Oh, okay.
And besides, it's 1 a.m. So.
All right.
Well, I don't know. I think you still did not win on the argument of the displacing of the words, because when we look at the way the messages were given to Muhammad, it was within ayahs.
Just read what I just showed you now on the screen.
It's still loading, but.
All right.
If you displace an ayah, are you displacing words in the wrong place?
My friend, nobody have the right to change anything for the book of God. This is anyone. He changed it. Nobody have the right. This is called corruption. If I replace order of anything in the document made by government, this is called fraud.
Where does it? But this is not. So where does it say if you move locations rather than displace specific words?
It's the same. Displace
It's not the same.
You see, my friend, I just told you that the verse about the Jews, about this place, if you read the interpretation in the story, and I can show you the hadith, the Jews did not change anything. The guy, he just put his finger over the word. You Muslims, you change the locations.
Yeah, but he's not changing the location if he puts his finger over the word.
Exactly. So how the Quran says displace when the fact did not displace?
Because it's not talking about displacing by changing the locations. It's talking about displacing by the words within the ayahs.
Okay, so now if you change, if you put your finger, if you are a Jew, and you put your finger over a word in the Torah, the Quran says, yuharrifun. Yuharrifun, the Muslim translation, displace is a lie. Because yuharrifun, tahrif mean corruption.
No, because it's not saying, it's not a lie. That is corruption. That is displacing because you're literally. So how are the messages?
There's no. The word displace is not. Is not this word. The word displace is an mawadi'ihi. So the word yuharrif. I'm talking about the word yuharrif. Yuharrifun mean they are corrupting by displacing. The Quran saying that, not me. So by changing location, they are doing corruption. So the Quran gives definition that if you change location, you are doing corruption.
That's not what I read.
No, this is what it says. Here we go. Let me wait for you again.
It's saying if you change location of words, displacing words.
My friend.
But in the Torah.
Okay, you are reading translation, but let me show you.
I read what's on the screen.
Okay, do you see this word here? Chapter 4, verse number 4. Chapter 4, verse number 46 in yellow.
Yeah, it's loading. It's loading now. Yeah, is it loading? Did you pull up a new screen?
Yeah, I opened the Quran.
It's coming.
Okay. If you open right now any Arabic dictionary, you will see that the word corruption means tahrif. Yuharrifun is the continuous verb of corruption.